Hi everyone, thank you for watching this episode, clicking on this episode of the Yappin podcast, episode 3, with my very good friend Dan McQuarrie. Talked about everything really, talked about friendship, how long we've known each other, how it all started and that, and how we've become good friends. Talked a bit about movies, certain franchises, travelling, uni, making student films and stuff like that. And a really good episode. Again, the longest one I've done today, almost an hour and a half. So hope you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it. I've also asked in the podcast for some of your answers to some questions I asked. But yeah, if you fancy that, just check that in the description below as well. And thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy.
Just make sure you're recording this time, Reese.
Yeah, we are. I think we are Gucci. We are going. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 3 of the Yappin podcast. We got another guest, your boy Danny MCQ in the cut. Welcome, brother.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, man.
Dream come true.
Love it. It's good to have you here. Dan's got a podcast of his own actually that's been in the works here and there, isn't it? That's my. I was going to say that was my first podcast experience when I came on yours, and we had a little discussion. But yeah, but honestly, I back it though. It's hard to.
I haven't recorded an episode since. To be honest, I've kind of lost interest in it.
It's tricky, bro. I get what you mean.
And it's. I think it's though. Everyone's just gonna laugh at me now because I did that one. I was just like, I want to do a podcast. So I had like an original idea, like back in the summer, and I couldn't come up with a name, so I just called it the Dan McQuarrie Show. Recorded 2 episodes, and it was just general chit chat sort of thing.
Yeah.
Tried to make it structured, but it just didn't work. So I bin that idea off, and then I came up with a new one. Blockbusters and booze was like, I'll have a few drinks, chat about films. Recorded like 3 episodes of that. It was going really well, and then since then I just haven't recorded another one.
It's a good premise though. I really like the premise. I remember when you told me about it, and I was like, that's sick. Like you could. But that's the thing. It's just you need like guests or you need availability of people just to be able to.
It's not even that. Like I have people who want to do it.
Yeah.
It's just. I feel like I've actually just lost a bit of an interest in like sitting and watching loads of films.
Yeah, no, I get you. I can't,
to be honest, I've been chatting to people about like wanting to do something more just focused, like just purely Star Wars related or something like that.
Yeah,
so that's where my interest is at the moment.
Yeah, more like pinpoint in it. Yeah, no, I back that. That's like we did an episode, didn't we? On it's technically a web show, isn't it? Like it's produced by Facebook, starring Jimmy Tatro, Cody Ko, Nick Letty, and this DJ as well. And it's the Real Bros of Simi Valley. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's like a mockumentary, take the mick out of reality TV shows set in LA, and it's very, very funny. We smashed that episode. I really enjoyed that. We really killed it. We didn't have all our setup though, did we? We had no mics or anything. I literally did it on my PS4 mic. I was just sat at the desk.
As well, the funny thing is, everyone I've done it with so far has used a PS4 microphone. Every time it sounds better than me on this microphone that I paid good money for.
Isn't it? You're like, how does it sound so crispy? I was like, what are you using? It's like, I'm just using my headset.
That was good. I enjoyed doing that.
Yeah, actually. No, I like it. But that's the thing, isn't it? Yours it's more like a pinpointed episode. It's not as broad as this. Where
thing is though, like that one, like it was interesting because that one was like really niche. Like the first ones I did, Star Wars and Spider-Man, which is obviously big popular thing.
Exactly.
Real Bros was niche. And then when it started off, like when I first posted it, I think I had like 10 downloads or something in a week. So it was like really quite small.
Yeah.
And then I checked it like the other day, and it's up at 50 downloads, which is the exact same that I got for my other 2. So I thought like somehow like something so much more niche than my other 2 got the same amount of listens to it.
That's the thing. That's the thing with podcasts, isn't it? It's almost like if you think it's niche, it literally is until you post it or something like that, and then you give it or whatever, and it gets traction or whatever. And it's never even like, oh, I want it to get this amount of views so it can validate me doing another one or whatever. But it's just like it just shows you that people will listen to it, and it's about like if you're making content like that, people probably will listen to it.
You've done a really good job because like you've been doing it like 3 or 4 weeks, and you've actually done 3 episodes.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, I was like,
I was so slow. I think the main issue I had was I had to do so much prep for mine because I literally had to watch like 8 films.
You literally, fully
to be able to talk about it and like take all these notes and stuff. So I just had so much prep, and then I'm lazy. But like you've got it down to a T at the moment. You're just like banging out an episode a week. It's like
man, it feels good to keep it rolling, but I'm scared because like when stuff gets back to normal, or like when stuff's open again, or I've actually got to like do stuff to finish uni, or when stuff gets like actually moving, it's going to be harder to keep it more regular. But I'm really going to try and keep it a regular thing. I also like I want to try and, when stuff's back to normal, like get like a, not like a studio set up, but like a room where I can have guests on and we can just talk, like come round, get a set up, get a couple mics. But yeah, that's the long game. We ain't rushing into any of that. I'm just spitballing and thinking about what we can do in the future. But yeah, no, it's good to do this, and I feel like it's weird because obviously I've had Josh last week and you this week, like two of the boys. Like we can just talk and ramble about anything and over subjects about anything, and people will probably get involved or like what they're hearing. But yeah, that's the thing. I like having guests on. It's nice to just make it more of a conversation, because even that first episode I did, when I did it on my own, I was like, I watched it back and I was like, I'm just rambling. I'm just like talking to myself, going, people will be able to follow it and stuff. But yeah.
I think like with your first episode, I loved the bit when you sort of went really deep into like the rap ciphers and stuff. Like, that worked like really. Obviously, you knew what you're talking about. Liberal reaction.
It like carried it for a bit, I think, because that's what I was waiting for. Because I literally just set my camera up initially and then just started waffling. I think it was like 22, 23 minutes where I was. It's
so difficult. It is so difficult to do on your own. It's like, you just don't have anyone to go back and forth.
Yeah, or just to keep on track, especially with me, because I'll be like, blah, 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 blah. Oh wait, blah, 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 and I'll just go off, and then it's like people listening be like, what's he talking about? Like I don't even know where I'm at right now, but I'm like, oh yeah, so I was no, and it just it doesn't.
That's why you need some like really strict editor, just be like, Reese, this is crap, and then just cut like 30 seconds.
The thing. That's the thing as well. Like I'm doing it all myself, and I'm like doing it, chucking it into Final Cut, getting it ready, and then exporting it. And
because when you've done it yourself, it's impossible. It's so difficult to be critical on your on yourself.
And that's all you need. All you need from creative work is just an honest critic, and there's nothing wrong with that, literally. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like I don't know if I've made a bad episode or not until I literally get it out.
I remember Direct to Our Heart, obviously, you know the story.
We'll jump into that in a bit. Yeah,
we handed in our first draft to our my supervisor
of the script.
No, of the film.
Oh, really?
It was like a 35-minute long cut, and considering the one we've released now is 20 minutes. My lecturer just looked at it and he just slaughtered it. Like he absolutely tore it apart. And we were all sitting there like, we just spent so long.
Bro. That's
and
the
then
thing,
afterwards, I was like, yeah, I needed that.
I see where he's coming from.
But, like, at the time, it was just so humiliating. I was like, oh my God.
It's like a cycle, isn't it? It's like you go in with, like, this is the best thing we've made. We smashed it. He's not going to say anything bad. You get slewed, and then you're like, oh shit, we've got to do this again. And then it's like when you leave and you know what you've got to do, you're like, actually, I'm kind of excited to do it again, or like get it done, because you know how. And it
takes being absolutely slewed to like get the best product out.
For sure. I like that as well. Yeah, I feel like we've had that recently as well. We've got for one of our assignments this year, we've got the last term is to plan a film festival, but it's so weird because it's like,
to do that.
Yeah, is it like make believe? Like, are we going to do it? And it's like, we're not going to do it, but we've got to plan it. We've got to get an ideal budget, location, blah, 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 ideas and stuff. And last week we had a meeting, and it's a group project. So it was all like, yeah, we got ideas, we got a title, we got a logo, blah, blah, blah. We know what we want to do. And then we had another call. We just got slewed again. And it was like, it's too broad, but how are you going to, and you know, I mean, this is like, oh yeah, no.
Yeah, we had to do that as well.
Yeah.
Always it was like we had to like design a make-believe festival.
That's it, yeah.
And then like do all the financing for it as if it was going to happen.
Yeah.
It was.
And I was thinking, like, so what? Can we just get Will Ferrell as a guest speaker? Will that be allowed, or like? But
yeah, I just straight up was just like Robert Downey Jr. is headlining mine.
Yeah,
he's gonna rock up in the Iron Man costume. He's
in the I-8 with the glasses, like everything.
He's gonna do that thing that he did in the second film, where he's gonna piss himself in the suit and like, all of that.
Oh, I love it. I need to rewatch Iron Man, bro. It's been the first one came out like 2008.
2008, yeah. It's Holy 13 shit. Years old. That's mad.
That's so mental, isn't it? 13 years old.
When you think about the transition of Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
As an actor and as a character as well.
His entire life.
He went from being like a little junkie that no one would hire to like
the highest paid actor in a couple of years, probably.
He turned his life around. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good looking guy as well. I don't know if he was don't know if he got like scouted or something like at first. I've no
I
idea.
think he did modeling when he was younger. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I think that's probably how he got into it. But then, yeah, money and drugs and all that. But yeah, fair play. No, he's back on it, isn't he? That's the thing. Looking at Iron Man films or Avengers films or any of this stuff, you wouldn't question it. You would never, if you didn't know, that was the first time you'd laid eyes on him, seen him perform, you'd be like, this guy.
Yeah,
I knew
none
actor.
about him. I remember it wasn't until like 2015 or something. I was reading like a magazine article about him and saying that like when he was hired for Iron Man, like no one else in Hollywood would hire him because he's like such a loose cannon.
In it, and
which is pretty sad. It's pretty sad that like his, you know, it wasn't really his fault. He just money, as you said, money, drugs, and
and the industry probably just took over a bit.
Yeah, drove him the wrong way, and then as soon as he got back on it,
smashed it. Yeah,
took over. He's the most desired actor in Hollywood.
He literally is. Like I saw a picture of him. It's like the mugshot where he's not got a beard and he's smiling, but he looks good. And I was like, "Is that Robert Downey Jr.?" I just didn't expect it or anything. And I read the stories and like researched it and stuff, and I was like, "Oh bloody hell!" He's had a bit of a. Where's he from? Is he from like somewhere rough? I don't know if he's from New York.
He's in one of the states of the USA.
One of them.
Don't know which one. It's 50 odd. He's from one of them.
Robert.
It could be a New Yorker, to be fair.
I feel like he's even. Oh, it is Manhattan.
He's from the streets of Manhattan.
From the streets, straight up. Yeah, no, what a boy. So
we've already managed to ramble so far off of.
Yeah, we have. We literally. Oh, Zodiac. Have you seen Zodiac? It's Buffalo, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Rob Downey Jr.
I know the film. I haven't seen.
Yeah, no, it's that's the thing. It's based on the Zodiac killer, but they did it really well. I don't know who's the director of it. I think it might be like
Fincher, isn't it?
I think it is Fincher. Yeah,
Fincher, yeah. We like Fincher.
Yeah, he's the man. Right. Yes. Where are we at? Let's get into it. We're back. So
that was probably my fault.
Nah, that's all good. There's nothing wrong with that, is there? So yeah, throwing it way back to when we met. That's the thing. Me and Dan didn't go to school together or anything. We actually met at Explorer Scouts, and now don't even slew it, anyone, because that's the thing. Beavers, Cubs, and Scouts was you're a kid. Oh, let's go, have fun with other kids, whatever. But then Explorers was actually just kind of lit. Like that, we had such a big group. There was like 60 of us, boys and girls, from like 14 to like 16, 17 every week, just doing different activities, having fun, going on camps and stuff. And we were there for what, like 3 years, maybe? Like 14 to like 17?
I think you were there a year longer than me. I think I joined a bit late.
Oh yeah, because me, Sam, and Ewan went from Leybourne to Borough Green, and you, Lily, Dom, and
because we came from Iton, but for some reason Iton kept us an extra year in the Scouts.
Yeah, that's the thing. We got let go a year earlier. I feel like maybe because
we were just such dons at Scouts that we just had to be kept for an extra year.
We didn't have many at our Scouts even. It was almost like another parent because we had a man and a woman. We had what's it called? Arcala. Oh God, like.
Did you have them? Yeah, we didn't have them at Scouts. Our Scouts
we had
pretty cool actually.
No, that was Cubs. I think was the last we actually.
Yeah, Bagheera and Arcala and Baloo and all that. Well, that was Cubs, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had to call this woman Arcala, and her name was like Claire or something. But I remember it literally at Scouts. It was like I'd leave the house, and then we were we know the family who runs it. We know they went to school with the kids and stuff like that, and it was kind of like another parent. Like I'd just get carried on getting told off and getting nagged at Scouts for just having a laugh or being loud or whatever. I always remember. Did you ever do stupid stuff like sponsored silences and stuff?
Yeah.
And bro, I'd be like struggle, and I'd be in a school hall with like 20 of my mates, and they'd be like, right, you got to be silent for an hour, and I'd be there like tweaking, like, what? I can't do that.
Just something that's not possible for you.
Bro, I literally just hold my mouth shut, please. Like I can't look at anyone. I was literally counting on my watch, ticking down, wait till
I'm trying to think what I did. I didn't do Beavers. I never did Beavers. I did.
Oh, Cubs. You didn't?
But I think I only did Cubs for a year. It was over in Kensington that I did Cubs.
Yeah.
And I was sort of I luckily sort of managed to like rope myself into all like the Cubs and Scouts and Explorers that like didn't really care too much about the badgy stuff.
Yes, yeah,
Like like when I did Scouts, I remember you get roasted at school. You know, all these kids who like have no
yeah,
hobbies, so they just
fully.
pretend they have no hobbies, so they pretend to be hard, which is like roast you for
Yeah,
like
I
doing
don't
Scouts.
understand that. Like,
But
if you didn't do
Scouts was
that,
class. I
yeah,
don't
bro,
care what
in
anyone
it,
says.
it gives you
Scouts was
something to look
quality.
forward to in the
It
week. Like,
was, yeah.
in it, like
Every
you're gonna
Friday
do
night, it was
something.
like meeting up with your mates every Friday night, doing fun stuff. And like our Scouts was sick. Like we used to
Yeah,
like dress up in like camo and like run about fields and stuff like that. Like
just have a
it was
laugh as a
so
kid,
much
innit?
fun. Yeah,
Yeah, no, man, I loved it. I loved Scouts. That's the thing. I remember being the youngest, like when I first joined, and being like, "Oh, this is fun," because I always got on with older kids and stuff like that, and knew them anyway because I went to my school or whatever from the village.
yeah, yeah.
And you just get on with each other. And then when you're the oldest, it's like the same again, because it was always like my brother would come up because he's 2 years below, isn't he? So I'd see my brother come up and be like, "Oh," because I know all his mates and stuff like that. It just works. It just works well. It's like
No, like
something
I
fun.
think
like,
I joined at 10, and then the first camp that we did went to Jersey for 10 days when I was
oh
like
wow,
10 years old. It was mad.
bloody
Yeah.
hell. We did. I remember. So I did Beaver. I did Beavers, Cubs, Scouts, Explorers,
Oh,
mate.
through and through.
OG, mate. Get me that tatted on my flipping heart. Like, no, get the badge. You know, the actual badge. I think I've
my
still
honor.
got. Yeah, on my honor. What's it? It was like, what was like the quote? It was like strive ahead or like be happy and
Be prepared, wasn't it?
was it just be prepared? I think it might have been.
Yeah,
But
I
just
swear
get
it
be
was.
prepared. I inked up. Yeah. Our first,
Anytime,
yeah.
anytime I think of Be Prepared now, I just think of Hoodwinked. You know, the goat. Be
Be
prepared. Be
prepared.
prepared.
Be prepared. But yeah, we went. I remember our first camp. It was weird. I couldn't even tell you where it was, but it was like a massive hall, and they literally gave us a roll mat and a sleeping bag, and was like, "Right, we're sleeping here tonight." And that was what we classed as a camp. It was like one night.
Nice.
Like 10 scout groups, like 100 kids just sleeping on the floor, like, and then we did a couple with Cubs. That's the thing. They always, I think one of the main reasons I sticked about was because I knew the camps would get longer, so I'd know I'd get more and more time away from home.
Yeah.
Like even Explorers, we'd do like a week away or something, and I'd be like,
Yeah,
"This is
the
class."
Explorers camps were quality. Yeah,
They were elite, and the itinerary, like there'd be stuff to do all the
Yeah.
time. We've got
But then also because like we were older, like the leaders would just leave you to do kind of
yeah,
what you want.
facts. And that's the thing. There'd be other camps from all over the place as well. We met remember where did we go? We went to Torquay, didn't we? I think we met a group from like
from Bristol. Yeah,
Bristol. I think there was a group from Swindon as well, maybe. But
now
just
we proper made mates of all those boys from Bristol. Do you remember?
Yeah, that was a good lot. They had like quite a big group like us as well, didn't we? And that was when we were pretty much the oldest as well, wasn't it?
You never know, Reese. One of them might be watching right now.
You never know. Imagine.
Hello, how you doing?
Hello there.
And the Purple Gym Cobras were there as well.
Yeah. I just loved it, bro. And then we did what? We did like Wales. We did Isle of Wight. First time I ever went to Isle of Wight was with Explorers.
I missed one of them. I think I did 3. I did Wales, Torquay, and Isle of Wight. Yeah, I missed the first one that you guys did.
The first one was like Devon, right down. That was me, you, and Sam, I think. I don't know. I think, yeah. But that was
what did I do?
Well.
Oh yeah, no. So yeah, I remember. So we hadn't joined, I think, because they let us stay an extra year because our final camp would have been Jersey again, because like Jersey was like the big camp that you did every 4 years.
Oh, got ya.
We managed to go a second time, so they let us stay at Scouts for an extra year. So when we were in Jersey, would have been when Explorers were doing that camp that we missed.
Yeah, love that.
And then we joined in September.
Got ya. Did you ever go to a jamboree, bruv?
The jamboree? Nah, I didn't.
Mate,
we did Quest.
We did Quest as well. Yeah. So jamboree is like Scouts Glastonbury, isn't it? It's like the Olympics. It's like Scouts Olympics. It sounds so whack. It sounds so whack, doesn't it? But it's actually so class. Like it was in England. It was like the jamboree's in England this year, so we're going. And we were like, I think I was about 12. Rowan was about 10, maybe like 10 and 8. And I was just like, what's going on? And I remember we shared a plot of where we were camping. It was like a weekend. I think it might have been Detlin's Showground or something, bro. Like local, but just big plot of land. We were sharing with some Norwegian scouts and some American scouts. And it was like the first time I'd ever, bro. And I was like, what are you doing here, bro? You
Oh
came
my
to
God.
England on a scouts holiday, but they were loving it. They were having so much fun.
Yeah.
We taught them how to
No,
play
I remember.
cricket and
I remember they
stuff,
used to do those like big international jamborees.
Yeah.
All like the super try-hard scouts got picked to like go abroad.
and it'd be like, "Oh, we're going to China for the jamboree," and it's like, fair play,
But no, Quest was like a Kent one, wasn't it? It was like the
Quest
Kent
was.
jamboree. Yeah.
Oh, was that the one?
It was in Rootham
Bro,
Heath. Do you remember?
with the rave, where
Yeah.
with the bro, that place, it was literally like a little festival. I swear.
It was, yeah. I remember I think we
It'd
did
be
two.
like laser tag, like a
Yeah,
rave, like
I think the second one we went to, we were over it by that point. But the
Yeah,
first
for sure.
time we were like 10, 11, and we had
Bro,
an
I
absolute
remember
great
being there,
time.
like, what is this place? There's like a
was a-
tuck shop.
There was like a
everything,
couple
mate.
boys. There were a couple boys in our group. I always remember this. There were a couple boys. It was the year that swine flu was kicking about.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And they sang. Did they sing?
Yeah, they went
Yeah, I
round
remember
and
that, bro.
toured the entire thing singing. It
A
was like
swine flu song. It was
yeah, it was Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol, but it's about swine flu.
Yeah, no, I remember that. I was talking about
Good
someone
times.
else the other day. I was like, thinking, because obviously Corona and all that stuff. That was the last sort of big scare, but we didn't care. We were like,
It didn't really
10,
happen, did
12. It was like swine flu's going around. I think Mum was like, "You're not going to camp because of this," and we were like, "Hey, come on, can't let us not go to camp." And we still went, and it was fine. Like, but
Yeah, I just remember that
strange,
we like toured every single campsite in that place, all the different Kent places, and it was a great It was a great bonding experience.
Oh yeah, for sure, mate. I loved it. I loved it. That's the thing. That's how we initially met. So ours was like a Wednesday. I think it was like a Wednesday night.
Yeah, Wednesday.
And then after a year, it changed to Thursday or whatever. But that's the thing. We didn't go to school or whatever. It was like me and you went to the same school, but Sam went to your school. So Sam was.
Yeah, I knew Sam. Yeah, Sam was in my form from year 7.
Yeah, he was like a mutual. That's how we met you, and obviously Zoe and Lily and the girls and whatever. But yeah, and then it just like the boys, Jack and Dom, like we all just made a good group, didn't we? Because we got to see each other for every week. Like we'd have a good session, and then even in our own times, like especially when you lived down here and stuff, we'd come to yours or. Like just when life was normal, bro, we were literally just like friends. It was actually nice.
No, it's actually mad. It's mad to think if I never joined that Explorers, like I wouldn't know you, I wouldn't know you, and I wouldn't know Jack.
It's nuts.
Like three like my closest mates, I wouldn't know full stop. Like,
3 of the boys. That's the thing. You didn't know Jack before either, did it?
Jack
came on his own, I think.
Yeah, because he did. I think he did Borough Green Scouts or something, so he just came up from that, and then I didn't know him at all.
Then we all just became a good group of mates.
And I think he went tech, didn't he? So I know a couple of people that he knew from school, but I didn't know him.
But that's like the thing. So we're not even from this side of like Borough Green, if you know what I mean, aren't we? Because me and you are obviously like closer to town or whatever, and Sam. But everyone who went to Explorers was like Borough Green, Item, like Rooter.
BG through and through, mate. BG.
Everyone was from that side. I was like, oh, we're around the sticks. But then again, my cousin went for a bit in the year above me. He went for a bit, and he's a year above. So I kind of like mutual friends with people who he was mates with, who he know, like the boys in the year above, like Joel and stuff. And they went to school with you, so it was all like communal. Everyone kind of knew each other.
Everyone knew each other.
And we all had a great laugh, and it was good
It
fun.
was sick, yeah.
I loved it.
Very good.
But
times.
That's it. And then school, so we was at school. What year must we have met in? It must have been like year 8 or 9.
Yeah,
and that
9,
was about. I think
that
was about the time we were almost like thinking about what we wanted to kind of do with our lives. Almost like. That's how I think that's one of the main reasons we got on so well, just because we just love talking about movies and trivia and whatever. And it's just such a factor for us, I think. And
and then because of where I lived, I always ended up getting you boys around to do like some sort of filming.
That's the thing, bro. Like we've been making little movies for time, realistically, haven't we? Like the location, especially. Like the old.
I always remember that first time that you. It was like you, and then Sam. And then who was it? Sam Murray.
Sam Mars, probably was.
So we all like did a shoot around ours for. I think me and him both had like a film studies project or something.
I think it was like year 12 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we were doing like some shoot, and then afterwards, like Ewan had to record some vocals for him, like singing a song or something.
He did,
for a music video or something. And we were in that little like dingy like. Stripped out shed that we were like in, and then you sat on your drum that you had
on the cajon. I've still got that. We did like an acoustic session of
at 2 Live.
We Want Some Pussy by 2 Live Crew. Yeah, I need to find that clip, bro. I need to upload that clip.
I've still got it on my phone. It's
Oh,
like
you got it, bro. That's the thing. Our
day
faces
one
are so
clip,
fresh.
yeah.
We're so young. Like that was such a laugh. Oh, mate, what? That's it. Memories, isn't it? But that's the thing. It was like what, like 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Yeah, a long
But
time
it feels
ago.
like it was
A lot has
even
changed.
longer. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, that's the thing. And Dan lived down here as well, didn't you? Well, I technically should be finished uni, but Dan's graduated and finished uni. We started uni at the same time. And he went to Bournemouth. I'm at Southampton, Solent in Southampton. But that's the thing. I was going to say, that's the thing. Your parents are Scottish, and they moved back to Scotland when you joined uni, didn't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just gonna think, because obviously I know how it's been, and I'm talking to you not just on this podcast. We talk all the time or whatever. But like life in Scotland, do you feel like it's not like obviously it's different, but it's not like it's like I miss being down here and stuff like that. Yeah, like
I don't know, it's different. Like it certainly is different. It's like smaller communities, everyone knows everyone, but like to the nth degree. Do you know, like in Kent, there's sort of a bit of like people know people. But that's only sort of in like smaller pockets. Like I don't know anyone in Maidstone really.
Yeah,
until I left Maidstone, but like up here, it's like proper. Everyone knows everyone.
Yeah.
You bump into the same people all the time. But I really like it. Like it's just chill. Like it's
peaceful. That's the thing. It seems like it, bro. Yeah. Like I missed out, didn't I? I missed out coming 2019 when everyone came out. I was abroad. That's the thing. I've never even been to Scotland, but it's literally, think about it, it's on our doorstep. It's far, but it's local, if you know what I mean. Like
it's like proper beautiful place to live as well. Like, I'm 10 minutes from the sea and then 20 minutes like into the mountains. Like it's
an
unreal place to live.
Yeah. My mum and dad were talking actually. If we can't get away abroad this year, we're gonna do we're going to come up to Scotland, I think, and do a little road trip of some description.
Oh, yeah. North Coast 500's an unreal little road trip.
That's it, isn't it? It's like the Route 66 of England.
It is the UK's Route 66. Absolutely.
Yeah. But I know it sounds crazy, but is like that route and that road and that, is it like barren up? Like there's like nothing about in that area of Scotland?
Well, the thing is... Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the road, they've built a lot of stuff around the road.
That's what, they probably put like service stations in or whatever.
Yeah, but like it is, quite a lot of it is quite barren.
It's just nature and scenes.
Yeah, like sort of up what side am I talking? Up the east coast, you've sort of got more towns and villages.
Yeah. And then the west is more the island, isn't it? And where it like breaks away.
Yeah, the west is all just like hills
scattered,
and logs,
isn't it?
And nothing else. Yeah. It's unreal. The west coast of Scotland is honestly the most beautiful place ever. Like,
it does. Incredible. That's the thing. When you look at it, it's almost like I never even like envisaged Scotland in my head. But then when you look at it on a map and you can see how it's all like everything's like cliffs, is just like it just looks like scenes, doesn't it?
Well, no, I'd never been to the west coast until 2 years ago.
Yeah,
genuinely, it feels like you're in an alien planet. Like,
honestly, just like, how does this place exist?
Like, you just drive up like a big hill and you come over the crest of the hill and it's just like lochs and like cliffs all over the place. It's mental.
In it, yeah, I love that stuff.
Although it's horrible because there's midges everywhere. It's like you get bitten to death.
It's do you? Really? Wow.
It's the worst place for midges.
What are they like? Free like sub temperature mosquitoes? Are they midges? What are they like?
I don't even know. They're just little buggers that bite you. And they're nasty little things. And like when I say there's a lot of them, like
they're just everywhere.
You will walk into like a thick black cloud of just midges.
Bloody hell! But that's nuts, isn't it? But even like nature and stuff, like Wales. I had a mate from camp who lives in Wales, and it's like that doesn't even look like Wales. It looks so beautiful. Like you've absolutely got it. And I feel obviously Kent is beautiful. It's the Garden of England. But we don't have like I just want mountains and lakes. That's my sort of stuff. I just want to get amongst it. But
I mean, look, I'm allowed to chat shit about Kent.
Yeah, you could. Yeah,
it's like Kent's fine. It's got some nice hills and some nice fields.
We have got,
It's just not on a level to like parts of Scotland,
it's not,
Wales,
no way.
And even like some of the parts of north of England. Like, if you want scenery, Scotland's on another level.
That's it, isn't it? Like everywhere but the south of England, realistically. I like down in Devon and stuff, like Plymouth way. It's beautiful down there, like at the sea and like Newquay and stuff. It feels weird to be in England. You're like, how am I at the sea, but I enjoy it? Because I like you go to like Hastings or Margate and whatever, and it's like, this is we love it because it's local, but it's just not the beach, isn't it? The beach you want to be at. But then it's like in the summer last year we went to Camus Hands even Canberra, and I was like, it literally feels like we're in Spain right now. This place is beautiful, like the weather, like the dunes. I love it. I love it. We could talk about travel all day, mate. Oh, I want to go everywhere.
Mate, who needs to go abroad? All you need to do is go to Scotland.
Yeah, that's it. Make a pilgrimage up north. Oh, I love
good
it.
pubs. We've got good pubs and good scenes. That's all we need.
That's it. That's all you need, innit? Booze and scenes. Oh, I'm getting caught on here. Yeah.
Oh.
That's the thing. Student life. Talking about students. So you graduated what last year? I'm still kicking about graduating.
2019 I graduated.
2019 it was. God, mate, I am stumped tonight.
Yeah, it feels like recent, but it's
doesn't it? Yeah. Because
graduated
last year was
into
nothing
COVID,
happened,
basically.
didn't it? Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, we got involved in a project, didn't we, for your FMP where I'm currently at now. So if you do a film or TV course, most unis offer you either a dissertation choice, like a film project choice, or like we've also got like a script choice or like an individual experimental film.
Right, yeah.
So it's like a 90 to 100 page script or something, and then like a 15 to 20 minute individual experiment.
Yeah, we could. Our grad project, they literally said you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Just like pitch it to us and we'll tell you if it works.
That's what. Yeah, we had to do a pitch and everything.
So you're just given a supervisor. Same thing as a dissertation. You're given a supervisor, and you have to come up with some sort of academic question that you somehow answer through whatever you're.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Making.
Yeah.
But I obviously wanted to make a film.
Same with me, bro. Yeah, I was like, there's no way I'm doing a diss. I did think about doing a script, but I didn't want to just invest in something that I'd get graded on. You know what I mean? I'd rather do like a script in my own time and have film friends or critics.
Well, throughout our degree, we were sort of specializing in different parts that we wanted to specialize. Like I was trying to specialize in directing, so it made sense to me to sort of write and direct my own film. And it was we just started literally the beginning of third year. We had to come up with an idea and pitch it, and then if we were doing a film, we had to try and get people like on board, early doors,
funding, all that.
Yeah, I just remember it was like I finished my script like end of October. I was just in the mix in that little box studio that I had.
Oh my god, in Bournemouth,
yeah. I was just in there like day after day banging out this script, and then it was done. And then I pitched it to my like tutor group or whatever, and then one of the boys, Will,
the producer, Will, the goat,
he messaged and he was like, sounds like an interesting idea. Could you send me over the script or have a think about it?
Love it.
And then he got back to me. He was like, yeah, I'll produce that.
Nice. That's
We've
it.
got the squad going.
The rest is history, mate.
It just went off. Yeah.
That's the thing. You blessed me with getting me involved and casting me, and that project was so sick. Like. We filmed for 7-8 days straight. It was so class. The switching up of locations, like it was all local. But if you didn't know the area, you'd think they've smashed it. Like they've got about. They've done it everywhere. I really enjoyed that film. It's on YouTube. I will link it below. When I post it. Check it because it's a naughty bit of work. And that's the thing. We kind of got stumped with it because you wanted to kind of like do festivals or like try and get it out there a bit, didn't we? But COVID. Slowed the entire process down.
We either got like rejected from the festival, or the festival got cancelled. So
That's it.
There was just no point really.
Balls up. Why not? Yeah. That's the thing.
But no, it was a good shoot. It was a good shoot.
For
sure.
Good
because when I wrote the script, I was just like, I had Reese in mind for a character, and then like when I pitched it to Will, he was just like, I'm not sure, not because he knew who you were. He was just like, I'm not sure about like casting one of your friends. Like you're probably biased.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me just get him down to Bournemouth. Like, we'll do like a day of like sort of reading scripts and all.
Yeah, we did. I just came down for a day, I think, didn't I? I did,
and I was just like, if you're still against Reese by the end of the day, that's fine. And then at the end, he was just like, yeah, fair play.
We smashed it. That day was sick. But that's the thing. Your shoot felt so professional, bruv. Honestly, it was like, came down. I remember we went for like a coffee and stuff, and then we did like a table read, and then we went for beers after, and it just me and Jack, who played the lead, I think he's done more acting stuff and stuff like that. But I was literally like, God, this just feels so sick. Like I'm actually gassed. Like this project is so sick.
We went bowling.
Yeah, we did go bowling, didn't we? And then we just got on the juice. He was like, should we go pub? Yeah, let's go pub. Yeah. That's the thing.
It was actually very strategically planned by me.
Oh yeah, you did that. I was like, boys, for my FMP this year, we've cast Jack as our main character as well.
No way,
bro. I was literally like, so our premise is like in it, and it's like it's called Hugo Finch Undead, and it's Hugo Finch is like a world-renowned interviewer, and it's like a mockumentary short film about him going to interview the world's first zombie, and it's very mockumentary, very blah blah blah, like comedic, loads of room for comedy. And I just thought Jack would be perfect. Jack, who, yeah, like I said, is the lead. He's going to be the interviewer because he's so well spoken, but he's so serious. But then he can switch it and be the funniest guy in the room. And it's like, I like how the contrast, it just bounces off each other. And I was like, oh mate, he'll smash it, and it saves us effort for looking for another actor who might want pay in. He might want,
and also you'll be filming that in Southampton. He's just down the road.
It's local. Like so Jack was the lead with Jack was the co-lead in Dan's film. And we just, that's the thing, we'd never met before. And we all just got on so well. Like, the whole project was,
it was interesting because, like, you two had to be, like, convincingly best mates.
Yeah, that was it. We had to speed up the relationship. Yeah,
so my whole strategy was, like, if I get him down to, like, table read, but then take him out for drinks and bowling afterwards, they'll bond without realising that I'm forcing it. I'm forcing a friendship. But it ended up working pretty well.
Same thing. That's what me and Jack are very similar in that. I feel like we don't hate people easy, if you know what I mean. It's not like us would be like, oh, I don't like him just because it's been an hour and he hasn't spoke to me or something like that. Like, it's not petty or anything. We just got on really well. Chemistry was really good, and
it was a fun shoot.
For real, and that's the thing, we're trying to get on it again, and we get the boys back and get another bit of projects in the work, but it's a bit slow at the minute, innit? Because we can't really do much, but we move.
It was like the most professional but unprofessional shoot possible.
For sure. In it, like some takes, remember that the mate, we had there was like the word mate in the script, and I say mate and bruv and all that all the time, and it was just an absolute shit show. It took us like
that video is also on YouTube, you know.
Yeah, they'll probably be in the recommended if you watch the short film. It's fucking brilliant, because I'm like oblivious that I'm saying these words, but it's like me and Jack talking, it's like 4 lines, bruv, and it's like, yeah mate, love you mate, no worries, mate. And you cock it every time.
I was just sitting there, my head in my hands. I was like, stop saying, mate.
He said it again, and I was like, no, I never. Surely not. I'm gonna have to go again, bro.
It was The thing is though, it was like one of these shoots where we had quite a strict schedule in terms of to get a lot done in like a lot of different locations quite quickly. But also like we just had a laugh.
That's the thing. We're young, we were mates. It's like it's gonna be hard not to.
And because we didn't have anyone, like the only actors that we had really sort of like brought in externally were like younger, so they were sort of our age. So when they started to like mix, they sort of got on into like what the crack of the set was and everything.
They weren't
it just
scared
ended
about
up
being
like
themselves.
Really natural.
It did proper.
You know, there was that day. Do you remember the day when we shot the whole day pitching room? And then we had like all the post-it notes up around the room.
Oh, that day was class, weren't it?
Like Will and AJ were like writing like really like dirty messages on the post-it notes.
But you can't see it because it's so small, innit? Yeah, bro, I remember that. That's the thing. It's just so sick. It felt like each day was almost like a week of shooting because it was just so intense and we had to get stuff done. But we killed it. Like, that's the time.
Although there were times that I recognised that I was just not working quick enough. Poor Chloe, like tell us like hurry up. Doing the same shot 100 times, like just cracking.
Speed up. That's the thing, though. That's the first. Come on, move on. It's such a learning curve because that's like the first time you legit experience stuff like that. Because we've got all the training over all the years at uni and stuff. You know all the equipment. You've got people who are specified in that equipment or whatever, and you just got an absolute crew. And like that's the thing. Your crew was insane. Like if any external, I was like, they've smashed it. They've done well. Like DOP, producer, even like Will on the set design and everything. Like,
I was pretty
overall, such a killer project. Yeah, so good. That's the thing. I miss it because I want to do that stuff again, but we can't because it's a bit shit.
It's so peak, isn't it?
But that's the thing. We're trying to shoot. I think we're going to shoot in about mid-April if we can. But it's like a smaller cast. I could play an extra, we can play extras or whatever, and we can make it work, I think. But still, we do need like 2 locations. I think we're all right, but we'll see how it goes. You'll see it eventually, hopefully, I'm sure. But making movies is fun, isn't it? It's just a bit shit not doing it. That's the thing with this year as well. I've just been sat on my ass doing all uni work online. It's just like I just want to do practical stuff. That's so fun.
And like we've written, like me and Jack have written quite a bit. So
you have
for more stuff to do with like you and him, sort of in those
friends
roles.
From direct to heart.
But it's just like, I mean, to be honest, me and him have like written basically 13 episodes and not touched it in a long time. We kind of need to get back into it, but like as you said, there's nothing we can do. You just can't do anything at the moment. Like the only way that you can film, the only way you can film is if you've got like a big enough company with like money to pay for medics to be on set with like, because you have to, if you want to film nowadays, you need like medics on set to do like PCR tests and all this sort of stuff.
Everything. You can't even, it's a logistical nightmare, isn't it, realistically? That's the thing. We was like, a lot of people on my course were kind of scared to do a film, so they wanted to do like a dissertation for this year because obviously it was like all COVID and stuff. But I was like, I don't want that thought to come into my head because it probably will sway me. But I was like, we will get a film made. We'll be okay. We'll be able to do it. If they tell us we can't, they'd tell us we can't they? But they haven't said that, so it's like we're gonna go ahead with it. And the ball is rolling heavy already, so we're chilling with it. I can't wait to get on it. But yeah, student films, mate. You got to get behind
student films. Yeah,
back them. There's some serious talent.
It's the start of everything, isn't it? As a filmmaker,
exactly.
You got to do your student films first. You got to make the crap ones and then the good ones.
Yeah, you got to make your short ones before you make your long ones. All that good stuff.
I mean, we were making banger films even back before
we were making that, like 5-6 minute films, and we killed it, like crammed in a nice little
do you remember that shoot that we did
on a DSLR
in the Maidstone town centre? It was like,
was I there or did I?
Yeah, no, you were. It was a film that I was doing for my film studies A level
with Jack Wilson.
Yeah. And you were like playing this like, I don't know, uni student or something, and you were like coming into town to like study up in the museum. I still remember we were in the museum and stuff.
And we had to do like the voiceover and stuff, didn't we?
Well, no, I just remember there was this shot of like you coming into Brenchley Gardens and you like couldn't say dissertation.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
I'm here studying for my university dissertation. Oh shit!
I mean, it's like take 7, take 8, take 9. I was like, I've got it this time. I promise. Dissertation.
We had Joe there as well.
We did.
Joey B there as well.
I remember that was so funny.
He was like chain smoking fags outside of Maidstone East Station, and then
that's the hardest thing about being a teenager trying to make a film. You obviously want your characters to be portrayed as older if you want, and it's so hard unless you've got facial hair or someone who smokes or like someone who can neck a beer quick or something like that. So
facial hair, Reese, don't even get me started. We had to reshoot that entire film because we did the first day and then you went and shaved and got a haircut.
Yeah. Didn't even think about it, bro. Rookie move. I was like,
you're like, oh Dan, I've had a bit of a disaster. I've just shaved and had a haircut.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't even know what the word continuity meant then. And then he was like, what are you doing? I was like, oh fuck, no, I can't even reverse this. Like, oh, we live and we learn, didn't we? We got through it in the end.
In fact, I learned from that so much that when you came to Bournemouth to do Director High, I took you to the barber.
Paid for a trim.
I paid to get you a trim and your beard shaped up just so you were good for like
for the shoot. Yeah, good for the shoot. And really, I'm so gassed at that because my beard and my hair looks crispy in the film, doesn't it? Like.
The Turkish barber, like he absolutely nailed the beard.
We was like, boss man, just make me look $1 million, mate. We're about to make some movies this week, so it's got to be legit, and we give you a little credit as well. Imagine
had to look good in the turtle.
Yeah, we just credited him like barber, boss man. Oh, I love it. I'm gonna switch over again now though, talking into like just movies and new stuff this year that's come out. So obviously me and Danny Boy are huge fanboys of Star Wars and everything Star Wars, and Mandalorian Series 2 dropped and it's come out and everything, and we both banged it. Like, honestly, that series is elite.
Unbelievable.
And I've heard I was waking up, bro.
I was waking up,
but I'm scared.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Are they? Do you reckon it's going to be 6? Because that means they've got 4 more, bruv.
I don't know what they're doing because they're starting to like cross over all sorts of different stuff.
They've like split off now, haven't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing a Boba Fett show next.
Yeah.
Which is going to be unreal.
I feel like that'll be like more combat stuff, less kind of force and lightsabers.
And then they're doing like a Mando season 3 at least.
Yeah.
And then they're doing a show with Ahsoka as well. So they've got quite a bit they're doing. I think they're all gonna like cross over and stuff.
Yeah, but mate, I'm so excited, bro. It feels like I'm a kid again because when I was a kid and I'd watch Star Wars, like I watched it with my dad or whatever. He put me on and I was obsessed, but I couldn't understand how the trilogies worked. I couldn't understand the time periods, and I was like, I don't understand how it works, but I know who characters are, but I still don't, if you know what I mean. I was all of it, and now I feel like I'm at that stage where I know what's happened, and I've watched the newest stuff like Mando and whatever, and it's like you know what you're expecting and you know characters. I'm so happy because I just feel like I love Star Wars, but I am a bit lost with it all. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like I've been through my stages with like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, when it was all I watched when I was a kid, like I had,
Yeah.
bought the Lego, the toy lightsaber,
All of it,
everything. I
yeah,
was like
bro.
obsessed with it. Like my
Yeah.
earliest film, like my earliest memory of watching a film, is watching Return of the Jedi. That like
Same
scene
with me.
with like when R2 shoots the lightsaber over the Sarlacc
Yeah.
pit and jumps off the board and catches it. I just remember watching that as like a 4-year-old.
I remember. I
So
think
vividly.
that. I think it's the first time I ever saw Samuel Jackson on screen when I watched Star Wars. Like in my entire life, I'd never seen a
Yeah, big Samuel Jackson.
because he's Mace Windu, isn't he? And I was like, oh, I don't recognize him, but he's a cool guy, isn't he? And then I was like, oh my god, he's in all this other stuff and whatever, like absolute boss. But yeah, that's it. My dad just put me on. We watched it when I was a kid, and now that's the thing. It's just such an expansive universe now, isn't it? It
Well, I think with me in particular, like you obviously I watched the originals when I was a kid. Then I think there were a couple of I think it might have been 2 and 3. I saw in the cinema when I was young, and then I was always into it, but I sort of had like an off period where I was into it, but I wasn't watching all the time. And
it
then
was
like
slow for a bit, wasn't it? They took a funny break,
and then Force Awakens came out, and like that I was like hyped for that. When midnight released, I actually really enjoyed it when it first came out. Opinions slightly changed since, but
same.
I went to see midnight release. I was gassed. I was like, "Oh, Star Wars is back!" And then just like slowly, just my interest like waned. Like as the new films came out, like I like some of the new films. I don't like some of them, but
same with me.
And then it got to end of 2019 when Rise of Skywalker came out, Episode 9. I went to see that midnight release, and it disappointed me so much. I was just like, I'm over. I was literally at a point where I was like, I'm over Star Wars. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, man.
And then Disney Plus came out.
Yeah, and they've revitalized it.
Yeah, with the first season of Mandalorian, watched that. I was like, okay,
they've saved it. Yeah.
And then I went and watched all of the Clone Wars.
Oh yeah, you did. I've done Clone Wars. Yeah.
All of Rebels, and after that, I was just like, my obsession with Star Wars
is back.
Like, reached the point I was when I was a kid again. I was like, so into like all the lore and like all the
everything, bro.
It's elite, I even read the books now. Like I just like even the books are like so interesting. Like, I'm just so into it. But Mando season 2 was
elite. That was some good TV, wasn't it? I just it's so much to talk about with it as well. It's endless. Like I didn't because in a way, like obviously there's a journey, there's an underlying arc, but I didn't think each episode would be as individual as they are. Like they are so sick, aren't they? They're literally like almost like a little, but like the
like
story
story
themselves. Literally like not a feature film, but almost like.
But then they all like nicely tied together.
Yeah, there's always or like come full circle. You'll see a similar same character again or whatever, and it just really good. And I think that's what they need in Star Wars, because I feel like a lot of people were impressed with The Force Awakens and the newest trilogy, but a lot of people were disheartened. I think I'm one of them, just because it's.
I chat about the sequels so much it gets to the point where I'm tired. Like I like one of them. I think one of them's all right, and I think one of them's terrible. But because I think one of them's terrible, the whole trilogy for me just ends up.
That's it. What is it? Force Awakens.
I think Force Awakens. I think is all right.
What was it? Force Awakens, middle one, and then Rise of Skywalker. What's the middle one?
Yeah, Last Jedi is the middle one.
Last Jedi, yeah.
Which is the most controversial thing to talk about ever. I'm in the minority when I actually think it's good. I like The Last Jedi. It's my favorite.
See, I think I do as well, and I don't.
Whereas a lot of my mates hate it, like absolutely hate it with a passion, and it's fine. Like it's up to you.
It is. But I feel that's the thing. The newest trilogy has got the most controversy on like people who are on the fence and stuff.
At the end of the day, it's the weakest of the 3 trilogies.
No doubt. No doubt.
It put me off a little bit, and it took something like Mandalorian to like get me back into it.
Yeah, exactly. To bring it all back, mate. That's it. That's the thing. I'm kind of weird with stuff like that, because I've been not obsessed, but I've loved Harry Potter, Star Wars, and Indiana Jones since I was a kid, because my mum and dad like put me on. And that's the thing, when it's more than one film and they're good and they work, it just makes, like even Avengers and stuff, like it's just so good because it works. But I never expected to not be as interested as I am in it. Like Star Wars, just the thing. I was like, in between the newest trilogy and Mando, I was like, I watching videos on it or reading articles or interested in what happens next, I was kind of just like floating, like I'm not even fussed anymore.
Yeah,
But
that's exactly
they've
what I
done so
was.
well, like saving it. Like I love
The
it. I
thing is,
love
like,
it. Yeah.
like last year, until I watched the Clone Wars, I wasn't even that mad on the prequels. Like,
Really?
I,
Yeah.
I had a soft spot for them because I sort of grew up with them coming out,
That's
and
it.
like,
Yeah.
I had like the Lego sets from like Attack of the Clones, and all this. So I
Lego
had a
Star
soft
Wars, the game, bruv.
the
Mate, that
games,
game's elite.
like
Yeah.
I did have a soft spot for them, but as films, I wasn't a huge fan.
That's it. The franchise is more lovable than the films, I think. The
Yeah,
franchise as a whole, like.
and then like I think Clone Wars for me, like just it was almost like I seen someone describe it online, like a patch for it, like in it's like a glitchy game, and then you patch it and then it works. And I feel like Clone Wars for me was that patch where like it can recontextualize all the films, and I was like, you know what, I like them now. Now I can sit and watch Revenge of the Sith.
That's it.
Anytime I want and just laugh at how funny it is.
In it.
Just appreciate like, all of it.
Yeah.
Whereas beforehand, I was just like, oh, this is a bit,
Yeah, I do get what you mean. It's tough, isn't it? It's hard to be like, is it good? Is it not?
But I think the prequels
very
are just
subjective as well, isn't
it? They're so elite in how trashy they can be at times. Like I still think they're decent enough films now.
There's nothing wrong with a little bit of trash, though, is there? Like where you just notice it, it's like
Jar Jar Binks is too far.
Yeah. See, I'm on the fence again, mate. I rate Jar Jar, but then again, some people don't. Yeah.
The only thing that I'm firmly not on the fence about is Jar Jar. I hate him.
Have you seen all them conspiracies about how he's a Jedi as well, though, and stuff like that?
Yeah, Darth Jar Jar. Yeah. I mean, I buy it.
I buy it, bro. I was like, oh, I can see it now.
I am 100% sure that was George Lucas's original idea. And then when everyone saw Phantom Menace and just shit all over it, he was just
a good shout.
That's a bad idea. I'm going to change that one.
Yeah. No, I should probably do something else. Yeah, no, I back that.
But no, like I can allow a lot of stuff in the prequels. I can allow like Hayden Christensen saying like, I don't like sand, it's coarse, it's rough, it's irritating, it gets everywhere.
Yeah.
I can allow like
that's the thing. When
lot of stuff, but Jar Jar is just too far for me.
When people said it must have been a couple of years ago now, I can't remember who it was, but they were like, I think I was saying like, why is he not in other stuff? Like he was Anakin Skywalker. He was in that film Jumper as well, which is fucking sick as well with Jamie Bell. And I was like, what happened to him? And someone was like, he's a shit actor. And I was like, how dare you? But then I took a second and I was like, I kind of do see where you're coming from now.
Yeah.
But he makes it good, doesn't he? Like,
to this
he's not
day,
bad in Star Wars, but there's...
To this day, I still can't decide whether he's a bad actor or whether the dialogue was just so bad that no one could deliver it well. But then I look at Ewan McGregor, and like Ewan McGregor was saying some of the worst lines written in cinematic history, but absolutely
killed it. Yeah, he just made it sound so good. It is. That's a great shout. It is tough because I haven't seen him. He's not been in many other films. Hayden Ped.
I think, to be honest. I think a lot of people, because like in terms of like Star Wars fans nowadays, everyone sort of the sequels are the ones that people hate, and then the prequels are the ones that people love. But people forget when we were younger, the prequels were ones that people hated.
Yeah,
not obviously kids, but like adults.
Well, like why have they done this? Yeah,
and I think Hayden got so much hate. I think he probably decided he never wanted to act again, which I don't blame him.
I can understand that.
He's like a ranch boy now, isn't he? He like lives on a farm.
Really? Because bro, literally, I think over the years, every time I watch it, I'm like, what's he up to? I'll just like check his Wikipedia or whatever. Yeah.
He does do like little films. He does like little films.
Hayden Christensen
does not do big stuff.
He's a great looking guy as well. Like he literally is a poster boy. Like Star Wars, Jumper, that's it. Life as a House, a film called Takers in 2010.
Yeah, it's all like small indies, yeah.
Shattered Glass, Awake, Outcast. Nicolas Cage, he was in a film with Nick Cage. Bro, that's the thing.
I mean, this
Bruce
is the thing.
Willis,
I think the poor guy was just absolutely slaughtered for it. That he just thought, oh, well. And this is the thing that I hate the most about Star Wars is Star Wars fans are nasty people. Like they really are. Like,
oh mate,
they ain't scared. I can be a little bit toxic from time to time, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm quite a positive Star Wars fan.
Or you can look at the positives, where some people who are like diehard literally will not sway off their
Yeah,
mindset.
and
Or
like
how, it's
you know
okay.
you get put like I'm in a couple like meme pages on Facebook, and like
Mm.
some of the stuff that people post, you know, it's just like
Abuse, like
telling actors to go kill themselves because they're not good in a film, and it's like, what are you on? Like,
yeah,
grow
how
up.
what if you wanted to do it differently, make it attempt it yourself, bro. But that's the thing, when you slew someone for their work like that, it's just it's hard to it'd be hard to be like I feel it's like hard and easy. It'd be easy to be like, oh, that's one person. But then if
Mm.
you've got like a fatty group of people just like backing other people's statements about it's rubbish,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you must get a bit
Goes
killer.
goes back to the good old saying that no one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Yeah, I back that 100%. Wouldn't say no. Going
But
off again.
We're getting
Oh
Hayden
yeah, yeah.
back. Sorry, that was just my last point. We're getting
No,
Hayden
back it.
back. He's returning, isn't
We
he?
do. Hire Hayden Christensen. He's a great actor. He's the man. He's
Yes.
Anakin Skywalker.
Reese,
Realistically,
one day, if you get him on the Yappin podcast, please can I come on with you?
bro, imagine one day I'm just like, we've got fucking Anakin Skywalker as a guest. Week 795 of the Yappin podcast.
You would be there trying to ask him like really serious
I'd be
questions.
tweaking. I'd just be like, I can't believe
I'm
I'm actually looking you in the face right now. You know how
I'm like,
influential
Hayden,
you are in my life.
Can you say the line that I've brought peace, freedom, justice, and security to my
Yeah.
empire, please?
I'd be like recording it, like ready, like wait, go now, and just like recording him saying that. Imagine. Oh, I love it. Talking about Disney Plus as well. I still haven't started it, Dan. WandaVision, which is
Oh my days,
Marvel's first TV show, and I was scared because I didn't think it would do well, and I still don't know because I haven't started it because I'm a slacker. But from the reviews, from
You
what
are
Dan
a
said,
slacker.
it sounds elite.
It is so elite. I'm actually loving it.
I thought it would be
It's
rubbish because
it's not Mando
the
levels
pairing.
for me. Like,
Huh? Nah,
it's not quite
yeah.
Mando for me. Like Mando, I literally would be setting my alarm for 10 to 8 because the
Yeah.
episode dropped to 8, and I was just like,
Yeah.
right, let's go.
Let's
Whereas
watch.
WandaVision, I just whenever I get up on a Friday morning, I watch it. But no, I'm loving it so much. It's so good. I think
Yeah,
like
man.
she's great.
She's
He's
so
great.
good.
Like,
They're
she's
both
good
so
as
good.
Scarlet Witch. He's good as Vision.
Yeah.
The storyline is just weird, but in a good way.
That's where I think I've kind of I can't believe I haven't started because I've just been doing documentaries and stuff recently, or like series documentaries where it's easy to just put on in the background and not concentrate because I'll be playing PS4 or whatever. But with WandaVision, you got to like the same with Mando. I literally sat there and watched it. Like, actually, you have to just sit there and pay attention.
Yeah,
and do
WandaVision
nothing
even more so with WandaVision. Like, you really have to
Really?
concentrate
Yeah.
with what's because there's so many little like
I'm gonna start it tonight in
plot
bed.
points and
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm gonna
Like, you
get on
have
it
to.
because I need to get the ball rolling. Because that's the thing. I was scared it would be rubbish because it was a show and it was Avengers and it was like that kind. They're trying to do it as well.
Honestly,
but they've killed it.
works. It works
That's
quite
it,
well
yeah.
as a TV show.
And it's expensive to make, right? It literally is like they're doing like 45 to an hour minute episodes. Yeah, like.
And I think this is a thing about like, even though the Marvel films have been so good and so successful, like the comic books they're based off of, like that medium serves itself so much better to TV.
Doesn't it, bro?
It's like it's serialized storytelling. Like,
yeah, it's so endless as well. The comics, like that's the thing. I weren't even brought up with comics. Like I've never owned a comic. I've never read them or whatever. But then you meet people who will be like, who have read them, and they'll be like, "But it was nothing like the film." Or like, if you've read the comics, and you're like, "Oh, mate, I feel like I've missed a whole like ingredient to enjoying this sort of stuff."
Yeah, well, the Marvel comics been going on for like.
But yeah, it is endless.
60
bro.
odd
You've got to be a
years.
fanatic, yeah. Or
And
have
there's
them all.
so much has happened, and it's so messy in terms of like what's happened to who and all this
clarity
sort of
and stuff. Yeah, it's like
the films, in my opinion, do such a better job of like making it more cohesive.
They like
tied together,
pinpoint it, don't they? Almost it's like just follow the best story.
And I think what they do is they take the best comic book stories and adapt them in a way that's new for films. Like
that's it. That is literally
like Thor Ragnarok. Taika
Yeah.
Waititi, he took like two like quite big storylines from the comics, like Ragnarok, like the end of Asgard. I haven't read it, but I know it's just quite convoluted.
It's a moment, isn't it? It does,
it's probably like loads of crossovers and tie-ins, and then this one called Planet Hulk, where like Hulk goes to space, and then they just took those two things, tied it together, and then Taika Waititi'd all over it. And
he just worked his magic, and the film worked, didn't he? Like, I think that that clip where he's like, where Thor's like, we used to work together or something. That was improv as well. When he sees Hulk, I heard there's improv, and it just makes it so good.
Apparently, like 60% of the dialogue in that film is improvised because like Taika was just like, oh yeah, just go for it.
Just go for it, yeah. And that's the thing. What? It's not a prison they're kept in. It's like the fighters' room in there, where it's literally just Thor and Hulk. And who's the chick? Thor's, or is she just like a guard?
What are you talking about, Valkyrie?
Is that the
No,
one?
I think
the
prison isn't the little room that he's stuck in when he's with Korg, the rock guy.
Yeah, that's that's the one, and that's Taika's voice, isn't it?
Pissed off ghost.
Hey, how's it going, Thor? I'm fucking Rockman. He's so jokes. I love it. And the comedic value to it. It's like they started off so serious. Like, look at Iron Man 1 and look at Captain America 1. It's like barely any comic relief, but then Guardians of the Galaxy and the newer Thors are just fucking elite. Like, so well made.
That's 100% my second favorite franchise. Like, I think they've just done it so well. Like, it would have been so easy to make a mockery of the films, but like they're actually just so good, and the way they connect and the characters like grow throughout the films.
Oh, it's perfect, isn't it? I love good character development is something you cannot beat. That's what
like,
I think.
Seeing Endgame midnight release was like,
I did. I imagine so. I didn't bring it up. I was me, Harry, and Connor went to the triple screening of the newest trilogy of Star Wars. We missed the first one because we'd seen it, but it was The Last Jedi and Force Awakens back to back. So we went at like 8 p.m. and we didn't leave till like 2 a.m. And bro, they had like Jedis. They had like someone dressed up as someone dressed up as Kylo Ren, someone dressed up 2 like stormtroopers. We got a picture. We were so gassed. It was like it was like nostalgia. Like it just felt like I was a kid again. Like I wasn't as satisfied because this trilogy obviously wasn't as good, but in my opinion, but it just had that sense. I was like, it's going to be hard for me not to enjoy this night because it's Star Wars. Like,
like seeing Endgame in the cinema on midnight release was the best experience I've ever had at the cinema in my life.
Did you go on your own, or did you go with anyone else?
Nah. Well, funny enough, I was on a film shoot, and
was you here or up there?
I was down in Cornwall.
Oh, okay, fair.
So it was when I was still at Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And this guy asked me to do his film, and I was like, yeah, I'll help out. Like, I needed a first AD. I was like, yeah, I'll do first AD.
Yeah.
And then he was like, these are my shoot dates, and I was like, I'm not sure about those shoot dates. I've got to see Endgame midnight release. And he was like, come on. He was like, come on, man, I need you on this shoot. I was just like, well, if we can go midnight release in the middle of the shoot, I will come on the shoot. And he was like, fine. So matey went off, bought tickets for the whole crew just because I had asked. Legend, absolute legend. Bought tickets for the whole crew. So we like wrapped filming at like 8 o'clock and then like
got ready,
chilled out for a bit, got ready, and then went to the cinema. So ended up seeing Endgame in Cornwall of all places. It was mad.
Fair play though. I rate that. I rate that. I'm trying to think of.
And like people were dressed up as well.
And, you'd have like serious fans there. I bet. I left Infinity War and Endgame for ages, and then I think it was last year at uni. I watched them back to back, one on Saturday and one on Sunday, and I was like, how have I left it so long, bro? This film bangs. Like, it's so good.
I think the thing with, because I'd been like, I think it was maybe 2014 was when I got onto the Marvel films. Like,
when was that? That was probably when the first Avengers film came out, right?
Nah, I didn't see the first Avengers. Winter Soldier. That was it. That was the first one I saw. Captain America. That was the first one I saw at the cinema.
Wait, did you see Winter Soldier before you seen the first Captain America?
No.
Oh, you did.
No,
see
so
in order.
I was like, because of like some of like the really bad X-Men films and like Spider-Man 3 and like a couple of the bad Marvel films. I just had it in my head that the Marvel films were bad. And then everyone at school was like, you need to watch them. They're actually decent. Like Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, these Avengers, these ones are good. And I was like, I was adamant, and I was like, fine, I'll watch it.
Oh, fair.
And then I got into it, and I was like, right, okay. So then me and my mate, like every single time a new one would come out of the cinema, we'd see it. I just got so invested. And by the time I got to Endgame, I was just like, the investment was mad. Like when Captain America picks up the hammer, I was just like crying like a child.
I literally remember, I just had goosebumps just thinking about it. I was like, what the fuck? Because Thor's absolutely out for the count, and the hammer just starts rumbling. You're like, what's going on here then, bruv?
That was the first time I think I ever stood up out of my seat in
like,
a cinema.
You're just like,
I was just like,
Yeah, literally just like start clapping instantly.
and then the last like 30 minutes was just like not a dry eye in the cinema. Everyone was just weeping,
Yeah,
like,
bro,
watching Iron Man die, and then the
everyone at the
funeral,
funeral, like
Captain America, like
coming back as an OG.
Like, it was what an experience that film is. Like,
yeah, that's the thing. The way it just ties everything together. I just can't get my head around how much of a mass scale the whole franchise is, because it's never ending, is it? It will never end.
And it's about to get like ridiculously bigger,
even more. Yeah, it's just spreading even more, which is
because I think they're doing 6 Disney Plus shows this year.
Bloody hell!
Yeah.
So what have we got already? WandaVision.
You got WandaVision, and then they're doing Falcon and the Winter Soldier next.
They are. Yeah, that's gonna bang.
Which is gonna be sick.
Uh-huh.
And they're doing a Loki one after that.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen the trailer? It looks really cool.
It looks funny, right?
Owen Wilson's in it as well.
Yeah, the trailer it's called Loki, right?
Yeah, it's just called Loki. Yeah.
I think I saw it. Isn't like the title page like a ransom letter, like different fonts? I think.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I did see that.
And
no, I'm gassed for that.
What else are they doing? They're doing their first animated show. They're doing it. Really? It's called What If. And
what character is it? Or
no, so it's like apparently it's like there's like an episode for each film, and it's just like if they change one key thing about that film, like what would happen.
Oh, fair.
So like one of them is just like Peggy Carter becomes Captain America instead of Steve Rogers.
Oh, just like alternate reality, like moments.
Alternate reality stuff. Yeah,
like Bucky didn't lose his arm and stuff like that, or whatever.
Stuff like that. Yeah,
love it.
So that should be quite cool. What else?
Yeah, man.
Oh, they're doing Miss Marvel this year as well. If you know who Miss Marvel is.
Is that Captain Marvel's TV show?
Nah, Miss Marvel's like she's like a teenage Pakistani superhero. She can like get big and like her arms get really stretchy, and she's really cool actually.
I've not heard of that. I need to have a look at that. Yeah.
She was in the Avengers game that just came out last year.
I've not played that yet, bro. Yeah, I need to get that still as well.
It's I wouldn't recommend getting it.
Really? Is it not as good? That's like the Star Wars game as well. I was supposed to get is it Fallen Jedi or Fallen Order or something?
Fallen Order, I would recommend getting.
Yeah, where you can like make your own lightsaber and stuff. I was supposed to get that off my boy yesterday, but I forgot to grab it. But like stuff like that. Where it's like almost like a career mode.
Yeah, the Avengers game I'd get if it was like on sale for like 10 quid, but I wouldn't pay full price for it.
Yeah,
the campaign's really good, but after campaign, there's not a huge amount to do really.
Yeah,
the multiplayer is a bit repetitive.
Love it. Right, we've been yapping, Dan. We've been smashing.
We really have been.
I've just got some quick questions we're going to run through now. We kind of talk a bit about them or whatever, but you know me, I love finishing off an ep with some quick questions, you know.
I love quick questions.
That's the thing. I'm going to just go through them now. We've got both answers. I've got favourite ever rom-com, and I think I might know yours, but I'm going to throw mine out there now. My favourite is 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. That film bangs. It's so well made. It's very, very funny. It makes you cry a shitload. It's just smart storytelling, in my opinion. Prime Adam Sandler.
It's a good answer. It's the wrong answer, though. Reese, the best rom-com ever made is When Harry Met Sally. And anyone who says differently is an idiot.
I knew it was coming. I can back it. But
no, that's literally When Harry Met Sally. Like, it's difficult for me because of my being a Star Wars fan and everything to say.
Yeah.
If I'm not including anything Star Wars related, When Harry Met Sally is my favorite film ever.
Yeah,
I absolutely love that film. It's just
I really
so
like
funny.
Along Came Polly as well. Have you seen Along Came Polly? It's Ben Stiller and Cameron Diaz, bro, and it's actually hilarious. Like early 2000s. You know, the comedian Lee Evans. He's got a side role in it. I was like, I've never seen Lee Evans on screen because he's a stand-up comedian, but he absolutely killed it. Such a good film.
Yeah. Now, I do like a good rom-com.
Oh, mate, they are good, aren't they?
Takes the cake. A special shout out to go to 4 Weddings and a Funeral, though. That is
I back that. I need to rewatch them ones. My memories are loose on When Harry Met Sally. I think it's like years ago,
bro. Masterpiece.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I feel like we've probably crossed this already, but I've got best movie experience ever.
Yeah, Endgame midnight release.
Seeing Endgame. I was going to say the trilogy, Star Wars trilogy, because I was with the boys and it was a sick night, but I was let down by the film. So my favourite cinema experience, God, bro, that is a tough one. I think, Get Out. When I saw Get Out in the cinema,
Oh, that's a
I
good
was
one,
like,
actually.
that like is just genius filmmaking, bro. I was so happy the whole movie, the way every beat hits, or like even where it's like you expect something bit different, and you're just like, oh, that is genius.
Yeah,
Jordan Peele's a genius, bro.
that's a
It's
good one.
such a good
Yeah.
film. Yeah, no, I've
For me, it's
got to be. I
Endgame
think.
is top, but then seeing Force Awakens back in 2015, like midnight release, like it was very much a
Yeah,
moment where it like felt like the
that's
good
the
old days
thing.
of Star
Yeah,
Wars is back, and it was quite emotional, like seeing Luke at the end and all this
yeah,
sort of stuff.
bro. Lost my shit. Like, oh my god. That's the thing. I really enjoyed it because we were literally there. Me, Harry, and Connor. We watched the second one. We went at 7. Watched the second one. And it was like you've got 20 minutes interval for the, and then it was full. There was like 4 screens showing the same film, and every screen was
Yeah,
full. Like it was just that camaraderie of hype. And then we all left. Everyone was talking about it, and that was the. I was like, this is sick. This is the first experience I've had it where there's like a lot of people who are involved and on
yeah,
the same page and stuff. But for a film, I think it's got to be Get Out because it just blew my mind.
yeah.
I reckon.
Although I did do midnight release of Guardians of the Galaxy 2
Oh,
at
you
the
did,
IMAX,
yeah.
in London, and that was a really good
Worth it,
experience
yeah,
as well
especially for that
because
film as well.
that
Oh,
like cinematic level was
mm,
just it was
hits
bonkers.
different,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh, I miss going to the cinema so
Same,
much.
bro. It's literally been killing us. And you have a Limitless card as well? Me and the boys have got an Odeon
Yeah,
Limitless, so we just go like once or twice a week, just something to do.
yeah. Don't have an Odeon up here, which is the shame. So I had to
Oh,
cancel
fair.
Limitless, but I had Limitless down in Bournemouth, and yeah,
Yeah,
it
man,
was.
so elite. I'm gonna get it again. I think as soon as stuff's back up.
These are good questions, Reese. I like these questions.
Yeah,
Give me
man. I've got another one. Your favorite ever trilogy, which is tough, like tough.
God.
I've got a list of mine on my phone, but I think my favorite trilogy is the Dark Knight. Is the Batman trilogy. I don't think there's a question for me. It is my second on my list. The first is the Matrix, but it's tough. I
Okay.
think it's yeah, it's got to be the Batman trilogy just because it's when I watched all three, just blown. First time I'd seen Chris Nolan as a feature film director. I think the first time I'd ever watched any of his stuff, and I just like,
Yeah.
oh, mate, that's so sick, so.
See,
good.
I really like 1 and 2, and then I don't like 3.
No,
at
I
all.
back it. That's the thing. 1 and 2
That's my problem with the Dark
yeah,
Knight.
There's not a problem with
I
the
think
first 2 movies, but
yeah.
I don't think
for
the third's
me,
as bad as everyone thinks it is. But it is not as good as the first.
yeah, I
two.
must admit, I'm a big Dark Knight Rises hater, but
Yeah,
I'm not gonna make myself unpopular by going into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I think for me, for it to be a great trilogy, all 3 films have to be sort of like fairly equally perfect.
Yeah,
so I think
get you.
Toy Story is a contender. That's a
Great
contender.
Shout. That is a great shout.
But controversially, I think the first one is slightly weaker than 2 and 3. I think they like basically.
No, I back it.
Lord of the Rings again. That's a
it.
consistent.
It's in
That's a
my list as
consistent
well.
one.
No doubts there.
I mean, I think probably my favorite trilogy, as boring as the answer is, would probably be the original Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah, no, that's understandable.
Just because that was my childhood, Luke Skywalker, all that stuff. I loved it, but
it's a tricky one,
Lord,
bro.
Lord of the Rings is close. Oh, Back to the Future as well. I love Back to the Future.
I got Back to the Future. Even like, have you seen the Rush Hour trilogy, bro? Like Rush Hour is hilarious.
Can't say that's on my list, Reese.
Oh, mate, and like the Bourne trilogy, bro. Like the Bourne trilogy.
The original Bourne trilogy's got to be up there.
It's tough. In my 5, I've got the Matrix, Batman trilogy, Lord of the Rings, the Godfather trilogy, and Rush Hour trilogy. But yeah, like every time I watch the Bourne films, I'm like, that's so genius.
They're just nuts, aren't they?
If they cast anyone else, it wouldn't have banged. But Matt Damon absolutely bodied that role so well.
I think I'd give an honorable mention to the Captain America trilogy as well.
Yeah,
just because the first one into Winter Soldier into Civil War, like that trilogy is like so different but so good at the same time.
Yeah, no, it did bang. I do get you there. And like the progression, I love when you see like character progression just like from the start to where he's at, and it's like
I do love a good trilogy. I do.
Oh, mate, so do I. I've this one's switching off from the films a bit. Like one country you'd want to go to, or somewhere you'd want to go to traveling when stuff kind of gets back to normal.
Canada.
Yeah, shout. That is a great shout.
That's a place for me that I've always wanted to get. You know, people talk about traveling like Bali, Thailand.
Yeah.
Canada. like the big mountains and the blue ass
The
water and
lakes,
like the mountains reflecting and like that for me.
It literally looks like you're in like a Google background. You're like, this isn't real life. Like I've only ever seen this on a screen.
Got a bit of family in Canada as well.
Yeah, I
like,
remember you saying.
Canada for me would just be unreal.
Yeah, bro. I'm blessed to have been. We went in 2019. That's the thing. I'd want to live there for a bit. I've got to go back when I can. Like, it's just a beautiful country, and it's so massive.
And also controversial. I know loads of people are going to say I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Honeymoon vibes. Screw
in Canada.
Going to some, screw going to some like tropical country.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Canada, nice, like one of those wooden lodges.
Yeah, bro. No, I back that. I do back that.
With a warm fire.
Mulled wine, like all that good stuff. But then again, I would switch on you because I would like if I was honeymoon, I'm thinking like Caribbean or something like that. You know what I mean?
Canadians are nice as well. So
they're like so nice, yeah, bro. I didn't realize
not that people from the Caribbean aren't nice.
Yeah.
Canadians,
they just got that reputation, the Canadians, and they've just being so friendly and nice. But we went to Quebec. We stayed there for like 4 nights, bro. Quebec is more French than France is, bro. That place.
I remember you telling me.
Span me out. I was like, am I in Marseille or am I in Canada? Like, this place is so... I was like, what is happening? It's so different. It's hard to get around, but it's
the thing is, that thing about Canadians, like, always being nice. Like, I was always just like, I don't believe this. Like, there's got, like, it can't be true.
Yeah.
And then, do you remember when we met Lily's Canadian friends?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
As soon as I met them, I was like, damn it, it's true. All Canadians are nice.
True, yeah. There's only 2 of them, but this is my sample, and it's true.
I was like, it's true. It's just true. They're nice people.
So good. I love it. I've got this one. I've got a little bullet point one here. We're going for the choose your lead. So if you're directing and you get given the choice of these 2 actors, I'm not going too logistically like you want this actor for the look and like of the character. You know what I mean? I'm just going name who you picking.
Right.
I've got three duos. You're the director. Who are you picking then? Leonardo DiCaprio or Tom Hardy? And I'm on the fence, bro, but I think I'm going Tom Hardy. I'm not going to lie.
I'd probably go Tom Hardy.
I love them both equally, but Tom Hardy's range, it's hard to say against Leo. Tom Hardy's range is just sickening.
I appreciate Leo, but I'm not like a massive Leonardo DiCaprio fan. Like,
I'm just a fanboy of both. I think I love them both. It's got to be Tom though, innit?
I just think Tom Hardy kills it, and like a lot of the stuff that people talk about when they bring up Tom Hardy, like Bane and Legend and all this sort of stuff. Like for me, my picture of Tom Hardy is have you seen Drive?
Yeah, bro. What a film!
No, it's not. Drive.
It's called Lock.
Lock.
Yeah, that's the one with Soprano Chavi, James Gandolfini.
Yeah,
bro, that film is bad boy.
He just drives.
He's the driver, isn't he? Yeah. But the cinematics and just the
Tom Hardy just driving and chatting on the phone
looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, did well. Next one. This one's tough. Okay. Tom Holland or Timothy Chalamet?
Tom Holland.
Bro, I'm honestly super on the fence because they're both so ridiculously talented and they're not the same person, but they could be cast for the same sort of shit, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I appreciate Timothy Chalamet's talent, but
like, Tom Holland's the man.
If I'm working with him,
you want to be working with Tom, don't you?
Me and him, we just chat Spider-Man.
Bro, he's like a local boy. His parents, like, I think he was like born like around like in Kent or Surrey somewhere. But have you seen that trailer for this new film coming out, Cherry?
Yeah, I have. It looks pretty nuts.
Bro, it looks absolutely wild, doesn't it? It looks like 6 films in one. I want to understand what the premise is because it looks like he just goes through different stages in his life, but I can't work it out. I'm excited. This one for a finisher. The females, we're switching it up.
Okay.
I've gone for Zendaya or Margot Robbie. And I think in my opinion, it's easy over who I've seen more of. But I feel like they both... Margot Robbie is elite. She is so talented, so ridiculously good at acting. And that's the thing, they're both beautiful women as well. But Zendaya's still so young and her CV's so stacked already. It's a tough one, man. Such a tough call. That new one with Zendaya and Denzel Washington's son, isn't he? The one who was in Tenet.
That looks mad.
It's about, I think it's like a biopic vibe about a famous couple. I can't remember who though. I'll get quick.
Yeah,
I'm going Margot. I think
Yeah, I think I agree. I think Margot Robbie.
she's so sick.
She's great. I mean, Zendaya's really good, but I mean,
She
to be honest,
is.
I've only seen Zendaya in both the Spider-Man films. And
Have you seen her in The Greatest Showman, bruv? She's got like musical and like she can sing and do it all, mate. Like,
I've almost like made a point not to watch The Greatest Showman just because everyone sings the songs all the time, and I just can't be bothered to watch the film.
No, I bet that.
I've heard it all already.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. Malcolm and Marie, that new one with John David Washington and Zendaya, a filmmaker on the brink of Hollywood glory, and his girlfriend, whose story made his career, find himself pushed towards a reckoning as single.
Yeah, and they made it in the lockdown, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. It's very one location, two actors kind of film, I think. But
it looks steamy. It looks very steamy.
It does a bit, yeah. And I said something about the other day. It was like their age difference because John David Washington's like 32 and Zendaya's only like 21 or something. But the way they made it look on camera, they just smashed it. It's such a good. Looks like such a good premise for a film, and proper dialogue ones. I'm hit and miss with when it's just words, when they're just talking. Yeah. But then again, if it's good, it's worth it. Like even like Godfather and stuff like that. It's all talking and there is action and whatever, but it just is class in it. I do like.
Yeah, I think if
the dialogue action,
you have to be a very good writer to write a very dialogue.
Like Tarantino, even like The Hateful Eight, bro. They just talk the whole time, but I love
Tarantino's. He's good at it. Like
he's top, isn't he? Top tier.
Yeah.
Right, we got two more. This one's a bit of a tricky one as well. Same thing. If you're like in charge of where you want to shoot this, are you shooting your film in a studio with whatever you want, green screens, endless, or are you shooting on location, but you've got like 5 locations that are just gonna bang? Because this is just who I am. I'm location, mate. I'd rather go somewhere and shoot there, or like it be like a real set, or you like build a little bit of set there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I back the studio and stuff like that. Like that film Life Pie that's made in the studio. You ever see Life of Pie? Bro, looking at the behind the scenes of that, it's like I'd love to do something like that. But then again, I'd love to be on location and to be legit, if you know what I mean. It's a tough question though, isn't it?
I think purely because I've done location shooting already.
Yeah.
And I've never had the opportunity to work in a studio. I'd say studio.
I back that. Yeah, no, I back that.
I'm taking a very particular answer. I'm saying, the insanely techie studios they've made for Mandalorian, where they shoot inside like the LED screens.
Yeah,
you've seen that?
Oh, mate.
They use like video game engines to like make the background move in real time with the camera and stuff.
It's nuts. Yeah,
the opportunity to film on that would be.
That's the thing, and almost learning how it works, you'd be like, "Oh, sick!" Like I get, but that's the thing. Like even like when I think about location shooting, Lighthouse. You seen the Lighthouse with William Dafoe and Rob Pattinson?
I haven't seen it, but I know that. I've seen the trailers and stuff.
Watch that. That's just so.
I love there are some locations that you just absolutely love to like imagine. Like, I'd love to shoot like up in the hills and stuff.
Yeah, man. Or even just like shooting somewhere like in actual Venice or like actual Rome or like an authentic street or like just like being able to. I love it. I love all that stuff. Location.
That was a good question.
It's a good one. I thought about it and I was like, it's a good one because it's tricky to end on.
Yeah.
And my final one, this one came to me 10 minutes before I called you earlier. So you've got a naughty little podcast studio. You've got your mic set up. You've got 3 mics. You've got 3 seats. Dead or alive, who are you picking to join you for like a 3.5 hour like absolute mashup conversation? Because I didn't even think.
I've got 3 guests. 3 guests.
Dead or alive. It's tough, yo. I think I got 2 of mine. I need to start writing it down, I think, because it is tricky.
George Lucas.
Shout.
Purely because I would want to pick that man's brain.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Stanley.
Oh, yeah. Shout.
Just because he is just
He's the godfather of it all.
He's the godfather.
Literally,
Literally changed the world from his brain has changed the entire world.
Hey, honestly.
God, and who else?
Bro, it's tough.
I'd almost be tempted just to put a funny one in there, like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or something like that.
But no, I'd back that, bro. I would back
just because he seems like such a cool guy. Like I reckon you could just
imagine having a conversation with him with like. That's the thing. I thought of it from this perspective of you're a nobody to them. You just managed to get them on the guest, and you can just ask them questions about their life, and them just talk amongst themselves, and you just be like, "Holy crap! I'm actually in a room with these people." I've got two. I've gone Tom Hardy just because I want to pick that man's brain as well. I just want to know everything about his life. I'm just so intrigued in him as a person and his talent. I've gone Michael Jordan just because it's tough for me to. I was either Michael Jordan or LeBron James just because I just want to pick their brains as well and just talk to them. Imagine being able to talk to them in the flesh, like. Yeah. And then I think I want to do someone who's dead, just to get the dead or alive in, but I'm stumped.
Yeah, that's why I picked Stan Lee, just because.
Yeah, no, you've ticked it off. Oh, bro, someone who's. Oh, mate. You know what? I think I might as. No, I was thinking about Michael Jackson because I'm a massive fan of Michael Jackson as well. And it would be very controversial. Think about the views on that podcast, brother.
Yeah, the views.
You'd be sorted for life, mate. Oh my God.
Interview of Tom Hardy.
No, I think that's it. That's it. Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, and Tom Hardy. That's my three. I want to hear people's in the comments as well.
You're right. I think I need like a controversial one in there.
You just need one who you can just like, oh, I've got this person here. Like even their name in the title is just.
Yeah, like to absolutely get.
Bro, George Lucas, Stan Lee. That's a furious front two.
I mean, if I'm getting Stan Lee back from the dead, I think I'm probably getting views enough.
Yeah, fully.
The Rock. I'm chucking The Rock in there.
Oh mate, that's a great three. Yeah, that's a great trio.
Getting The Rock in there. Yeah.
So you've got The Rock, George Lucas, Stan Lee.
Yeah.
I got Michael Jordan, Tom Hardy, Michael Jackson. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. What a smashing episode, bruv. We've killed it.
It's been an absolute
pleasure
joy
having you, bro. Yeah, man. Thank you for joining me. Again, quickly, people, put your top 3 podcast guests ever, dead or alive, in the comments. Just want to see that. Because I'm curious. Dan's curious.
I'm so curious.
Talking point, innit? It's a talking point. I love that stuff. But yes, thank you for joining me, brother. I think this is a meaty episode, by the way.
It probably is a meaty episode, yeah. I'm going for like an hour and a half.
Let's flipping go. Nice. Hope you guys enjoy. And Dan, thanks for joining me, brother.
Oh, thanks for having me. Yeah, it's been great fun. Make sure you watch more of the Yapping with this guy because he's killing it.
Thank you, brother. And I'm gonna drop Dan's links in the description below as well. So yeah, we're all Gucci.
And not that I do anything interesting, but if you just
if you just fancy it, yeah, he's the boy. Thank you for watching this episode of the Yappin podcast, guys. I really enjoyed this episode. Great conversation. Let me know what you guys thought in the description below. Any answers to the questions or any questions in general. I'm all ears. I'm about. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next week when probably we'll have another guest as well. So, thanks for watching, guys.